Greetings, my family, my Arsenal Future family. How you doing? Yeah, I'm Chris from of Arsenal Future. I'm out today enjoying the lovely, glorious sunshine we have in London. Yesterday was about 30 Celsius, and today is about maybe 25, 26 Celsius. We're getting some really hot days in London now. Finally, we're getting some hot days in London now, and finally the summer's arrived. So how you doing out there? I hope you're alright. Don't forget to smash a like on this video, because you've not been liking the video. So please smash a like on this video and go back and look at our extensive amounts of videos we've done over the last year since we've been formed. We've done over 100 videos, so please go back and like them, share them, leave your comments down below, because we would like to hear from you. And of course, subscribe. Please do subscribe to the channel. Of course, if you like the videos, it helps to YouTube to push our videos out there, you know, on the globe, so that, you know, we can get a lot more following. It helps the channel to grow. So we need your help, of course, because we put in the hard work, so we should be rewarded for the hard work. It's just a brief video to talk about Arsenal signings. Of course, we've got Calafiore, you know, through the door a couple of days ago. Before I go on, I'd like to apologise because I'm in a park, so there's a lot of children and young people around enjoying themselves and the swings and the amusement. So if you hear a lot of screaming, that's what it is. I'm in a park, so I'll try and speak a bit louder so that you can hear me properly. Anyway, so like I said, we've got Calafiore through the door a couple of days ago, and Arsenal are very, very close, apparently, to signing Merino. But I'm also hearing that it's not as easy as it appeared, because Barcelona is still in the race for him. So I think it's a matter of time, before we get some sort of answer. But he said he wants more time to think about whether or not he wants to go to Barca or come to Arsenal, because he's 28 and this is his last real big move in his career. So he wants to get this right. So it could be that it takes a couple of weeks to decide if he should stay in Spain or come to, of course, North London. Hoping it's North London he chooses, because we need someone like that. And some people are even saying that Merino would be a great replacement for Granit Xhaka, who we sold last summer. So let's see if it materialises and if it comes to fruition. And if it comes to fruition, then of course we could take it from there. And we're going to do a tactical breakdown. And don't forget, like, as promised a couple of days ago when we broke the news that Ricardo Calafiore joined Arsenal, we're going to be doing a breakdown of what he brings to Arsenal. I was actually going to do that video yesterday, but I was so occupied with other projects yesterday, so I didn't have the time to do it. So I'll try and do it. Today's Wednesday, hopefully by Saturday we'll do that video about what he brings and the tactical breakdown, our tactical breakdown of what Calafiore brings to Arsenal. So we're linked with, you know, Merino, as I just said. It's between Arsenal and Barcelona. He wants time to think about it. Hopefully we'll get some positive news in the next couple of weeks. I'm hoping, because the season is only about a month away now, so it would be nice if we can get some sort of you know, positive news within that time. Also, a link of Victor Gyökeres, you know, the player who played for Coventry over here. He was also signed by Brighton, but I don't think he played for Brighton in the Premier League. I think he might have played some cup games, but I don't think he played in the Premier League for Brighton. Apparently his release clause is about £85 million, but I'm also hearing that on some sources that he can go for as little as £60 million. I'm not sure if Fabrizio Romano has actually done anything on this, or I'm not sure if the other guy's name, I forgot. You know, because there's two. There's Moran. There's anyway, his name just went out of my head. His name just went out of my head. But I'm just hoping that you know, Victor Gyökeres is a signing that we make, because we need a striker. And people like Curtis Shaw, members of AFTV, said that if we don't sign a striker, then Arsenal won't really challenge for the league, because at least Man City, they've got a striker. They've got one of the best strikers in the world, in Ireland. You know, Liverpool have got Salah, you know, and so on. And so Arsenal need and all the top teams in Europe in the Champions League. So Harry Kane is at Bayern Munich. Of course, Real Madrid we've just signed Mbappe. But even before Mbappe, that Vinny Jr. plays on the wings, but he can play as a forward. Rodrigo plays on the wings, but he can play as a forward. And Eindrick, the youngster from Brazil, can also play on the wings, but he could also play as a forward. So Arsenal, one of the biggest clubs in the world, not to have a proper recognised striker. He's played Havertz up there last season. Havertz is not really a killer in front of goal. So we need somebody who lives for scoring goals. And if you look at Victor Gyökeres' stats, he scores a lot of goals. And if we sign him, then I'll definitely do a tactical breakdown of what he brings to Arsenal. So we're linked with him as well. as well as, of course, Merino and, of course, Gyökeres. And also hearing that we've actually linked strongly with Leroy Sane. Of course, Mikel Arteta worked with Leroy Sane when Mikel Arteta was the assistant coach at Manchester City a few years ago. So he knows Leroy Sane really well. And, of course, Leroy Sane, when he played against Arsenal last season, when we lost to Bayern Munich in the Champions League, the leg at Highbury was the 2-2 draw. He rung rings around our fullback. So he's someone that I think if we got him, he can rotate with Saka. He can also play on the left-hand side as well. He can also play through the middle as well. He could play as a false 9. He could play as a number 10. Some say, I don't even think his strongest attribute is actually passing, but he could play there. In terms of carrying the ball and running with the ball, he could definitely play there. And so, but we'll still have Martin Odegaard just behind him to pick out the passes. So we're linked with him as well as Eze, Eberici Eze. That's gone a bit quiet the last few days, but I'm hearing that there's still strong links to him, and apparently we could get him as little as £60 million. It could be that Arsenal do something like a £50 million down payment now with £10 million in add-ons over the years if we win trophies or for appearances for England and appearances for Arsenal and so on. Those are the sort of conditions that Arsenal might look to exercise if we sign it. But it could be a £50 million down payment, then £10 million in add-ons or whatever it may be. So I would take Eberici Eze because I think he's an improvement on ESR. ESR, as much as I liked him, he's more or less on his way to Fulham, and I have to do a programme about that, about, of course, ESR and some of the guys who were sold and the guys who were looking to sell, people like Eddie Nketiah, who's rumoured to be on the verge of a move to Marseille. I've seen some reports have it as £17 million. I'd be very disappointed. I think we should look for at least a minimum £25 million for Eddie Nketiah. I would say anything between £25 million and £30 million. So I wouldn't mind something like, say, £20 million down payment with £5 million add-ons, or a £25 million payment with £5 million add-ons. And I think because he's young, well, I say young, he's 24, 25, so he's not quite hit his prime yet. I would say £25 million plus £5 million add-ons would be brilliant for someone who's played for England, I think, a couple of times or once or twice. He's definitely been capped by England. He's not the greatest of clinical strikers, but he can still bag goals. And I think in the French league, which is not as strong as the Premier League, he will bang goals for Marseille, because I think Marseille got people behind him who can create for him. Uber's there, of course, his ex-team at Arsenal, and so on. So we'll see what happens with that. And so, as I said, we're going to do a program about our outs as well as our ins. I want to do a program about Iwani as well, and about Salah Adin, because these are two very young players who look like they could be ready for next season. So maybe if these two step up to the plate, it might mean that we don't sign at winger. It could be because I think Salah Adin can play on the wings as well as, of course, Iwani. He could play the wing as well as a number 10. So, as I said, Gyökeres is linked strongly with Arsenal. So too is Eberici Eze. So is Leroy Sane, and so too is Mikel Merino. We've got Calafiore through the door. Emil Smith was more or less on his at Fulham now, and just one more player, and we're still linked with Fabian Ruiz. Of course, he was in the same Spanish squad. Of course, the police siren just put me off. It was in the same Spanish squad as Mikel Merino, played in midfield and actually started for Spain, whereas Merino was on the bench and came on as a substitute and scored a goal in one of the games. Ruiz scored, I think, 3 goals, or was it 2 goals for Spain? So they're both impressed in Spain's Euro wins a few weeks ago. So if we can get a window with Calafiore, Merino, Ruiz, one of Sane, Eberici Eze, yeah, and also the strike of Victor Gyökeres, that's 5 top signings, yeah. So we're going to cover forward, we're going to cover the right side as foil for Saka, we're going to get 2 midfield, and we're going to get, of course, Calafiore, who's actually there already. For me, that would be an awesome sign. And of course, we need a backup keeper, which we're linked with. We're linked with a couple of guys whose name eludes me right now, and I knew the names, and this came out my head. But that guy who's at Wolves, I think is it Bentley? Yeah, is it Dan Bentley? He was at Wolves. We used to be at Arsenal many years ago as a youngster, and so we've gone back in for him again. We offered, I think, £50,000 a few weeks ago. But apparently Arsenal are going with an improved offer of 300k, which is £300,000. It's 30 years of age, so it'd just be his foil for, of course, David Rea. you know, because I think Ramsdale looked like he might go out either on loan or we might sell him. And I'm hearing that Newcastle are linked with him, Nottingham Forest are linked with him as well, and one or two other clubs in the Premier League are looking at him. So that's more or less all for now, my people. 10 minutes, just a short video about some of our signings, some of our ingoings or incomings and outgoings, and just one or two players we're linked with on the peripheries, and maybe a possible upgrade for some of our young players like Salah Adain, and of course